With limitless food, boundless entertainment, and continual digital stimulation, we live in an era of plenty. We have never had greater trouble with self-control, though. In spite of all this comfort, we breach self-promises, scroll endlessly, and give in to urges we vowed to control. What is amazing, though, is that more than 2,000 years ago, Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus had already done enough research on the human mind to comprehend this precise issue. Their lessons on self-control, discipline, and reason reflect what contemporary psychology and neuroscience are just now starting to confirm. We will look at what the Stoics understood about self-control now and how science is confirming their wisdom. Number 6. The Stoic view of control. Master your response. The foundation of Stoic psychology rests on a single, transformative idea. You can't control external events, only your reaction to them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't just philosophy, it's psychology in action. Modern research backs this up. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Psychology found that individuals who practiced cognitive reframing, reinterpreting situations more rationally, showed lower anxiety and better emotional balance. Essentially, the Stoics practiced ancient cognitive behavioral therapy long before the term existed. By training the mind to see challenges as opportunities for growth, they strengthened emotional control. Today, neuroscience confirms that when people shift perspective intentionally, activity increases in the brain's prefrontal cortex, the center of rational decision-making, reducing emotional overreactions from the amygdala. The Stoics didn't seek control over the world, they sought control over their interpretations of it. Number 5. Desire and discipline. Freedom from temptation. Seneca once said, "He who is enslaved to his passions cannot be free." The Stoics believed that every human struggle begins with desire, the constant craving for pleasure, comfort, or validation. Fast forward to 2025, and modern science agrees. Studies from 2023 show that dopamine-driven behaviors, like social media scrolling or impulse shopping, weaken our ability to delay gratification. But here's where Stoicism shines. Instead of suppressing desire, Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, visualizing temptations and hardships before they arrived. This mental preparation made them resilient against impulsive behavior. A 2023 review on self-control training found that people who used anticipatory strategies, planning for temptation in advance, maintained stronger discipline than those relying purely on willpower. The Stoics intuitively knew that resisting desire wasn't about force, it was about foresight. They didn't wait to be tempted, they prepared for it. Number 4. Emotional awareness, not suppression. One of the greatest misconceptions about Stoicism is that it teaches emotional coldness, but that's completely false. The Stoics never denied emotion, they decoded it. Epictetus taught that emotions arise not from events themselves, but from our beliefs about those events. Anger, for example, comes not because something happened, but because we believed it shouldn't have. This aligns perfectly with modern emotional psychology. A 2024 Frontiers in Psychology study found that people who practiced metacognitive awareness, observing their emotions instead of reacting, showed better emotional regulation and resilience. The Stoics essentially mastered mindfulness centuries before it became mainstream. Instead of saying, "Don't feel," they said, "Understand what you feel." Modern neuroscience confirms that this reflective pause activates the anterior cingulate cortex, the part of the brain responsible for self-monitoring and impulse control. In short, Stoicism wasn't about emotional suppression. It was about emotional intelligence. Number 3, daily reflection, the Stoic mental workout. Marcus Aurelius kept his meditations as a private journal, not to impress others, but to evaluate himself. Each night he reflected on his actions, where he stayed disciplined, where he faltered, and how he could improve tomorrow. This daily practice built immense self-awareness and control. Today, psychology calls this self-monitoring, and research proves its effectiveness. A 2022 study found that people who journaled about their goals and behavior daily improved their ability to delay gratification by up to 30% over time. The Stoics used reflection as a daily mental gym, a space to strengthen their discipline muscle. Neuroscientists now know that journaling improves activity in the prefrontal cortex, helping people make more rational choices and regulate impulses. The Stoics didn't just preach self-control, they trained it every single day. Number 2, acceptance and resilience, the power of letting go. Epictetus compared life to a game of dice. You don't control the roll, only how you play your hand. This is the Stoic art of acceptance, focusing on what you can influence and releasing what you can't. Modern psychology has embraced this philosophy through acceptance and commitment therapy, which teaches people to accept unpleasant emotions instead of fighting them. A 2025 study showed that people who practiced emotional acceptance had lower cortisol levels and recovered faster from stress. The Stoics called this amor fati, the love of fate. They didn't just accept challenges, they embraced them as opportunities for growth. This mindset builds what modern psychologists call psychological resilience, the ability to recover and grow stronger after adversity. The Stoics turned acceptance into strength, and science now proves that letting go can make you mentally tougher. Number 1, virtue as the ultimate self-control. For the Stoics, self-control was not about restriction. It was about living in alignment with virtue. They believed the purpose of discipline was to live wisely, courageously, and justly. Virtue was their compass, and self-control was the path. In modern terms, this is what psychologists call values-based, living aligning behavior with personal principles to create lasting happiness. Research in 2024 from the Journal of Positive Psychology found that people who live according to deeply held values report higher life satisfaction and emotional stability than those driven by impulse. The Stoics' 4 virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, created an inner framework that replaced external temptation with internal peace. When Seneca said, "No man is free who not master of himself is," he meant that true freedom doesn't come from doing what you want, it comes from doing what's right. 2,000 years ago, the Stoics mastered what modern psychology is only rediscovering, that self-control is not about willpower, but about wisdom. It's about understanding your emotions, anticipating temptation, and focusing your energy only where it matters. Today's neuroscience confirms that these ancient teachings literally reshape the brain, strengthening the circuits of focus, reflection, and restraint. In a world drowning in distraction, Stoicism isn't outdated, it's revolutionary. So, the next time you feel tempted, frustrated, or out of control, remember Marcus Aurelius' words. You have power over your mind, not outside events. That's the real psychology of self-control, ancient wisdom, proven by modern science. Like, subscribe, and keep exploring timeless wisdom for modern living.